Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to episode 23 of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I'm ExoParadigmGamer, of course. Kicking us off today, we're actually going to be doing a bunch of backtracking, and after some mulling it over, like someone from the 80s, get it, because mullet, I've decided that I'm going to be cutting out all the backtracking that's going to be happening and only showing off me getting the power-ups because, well, let's just say I had something of a drab previous recording session of all this stuff I'm about to show you right now, and unfortunately for me, it dragged out the 3 parts and I was really tired and my commentary wasn't any damn good, so you know, for your guys' sake, I decided that I should probably have a do-over. And that as long as I was redoing it, I might as well make things a little more efficient so that we can get back to our business in the Sanctuary Fortress as soon as possible. So part of what that means is there's a bunch of stuff we can get here in the Great Temple Grounds and in Agon, and one of them is actually a new charge combo. And while it's not the most useful thing in the world, I might as well get it now when I can. You need the Powder Bormbs and stuff to get it, and yeah. So, how have you guys been? Well, so, let's see, what can I talk about? Oh, as you guys may or may not know, November is my birth month, and as a early birthday present, I requested a Sony PSP, because I did not have one before this point, don't you know? And, I know, the reason that I wanted one is because I've been getting several requests from people to look at Mega Man Powered Up. And, you know, there's also Mega Man Maverick Hunter X and the Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles, which is a remake of Rondo of Blood, and it also has a enhanced port of Symphony of the Night on it. So that's 4 episodes right there just from one system, and it's just like, I'd like to look at that. I mean, like, unlike the 3DS, there's actually an easy way to record it. People don't seem to understand that I don't have a 3DS capture card, people. Those things are fucking expensive. You could probably buy a decent-sized chunk of crack or marijuana for the same price it would cost for one of those damn things. I am dead fucking serious. And then everybody's just like, oh, you have to review Super Mario 64 DS. And it's just like, I want to, but I can't record it because I don't have a fucking capture card to record it with. People don't seem to understand this. I constantly comment on it, I post on Twitter, nobody seems to get it. Regardless, I would like to get a capture card for the 3DS. I would like to splurge the dinero on that, don't you know, but it's a lot of cash. And, well, it's a lot of money for one thing, and for another thing, the guy who makes the boards, the guy who modifies your 3DS with the capture card has not had boards in for 10 months. I am dead fucking serious. It has been 10 months and he has not made any progress, and I mean, like, I'm sure he's been working his ass off. I won't, but still, that's a long fucking time to have to wait for me to buy something from him, you know? Because it's like there are 2 options for a 3DS capture card. You can get the one from Loopy, who is a US provider, and his cards are cheaper and they actually come with software to record stuff with. Or you can go with Katsukitty. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's how it's spelt. And they won't start. I mean, like, they will add like an video output to your PC, and that's it. You have to find some way to record it on your PC. It doesn't come with capture software, which is not good for something that's being billed as a capture device. There's no reason not to have capture software. That's just dumb. And I mean, like, OBS works okay for me, but no, sometimes not. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we've gotten everything we can get down here, so I'm actually going to go up to the surface real quick. And I'm probably going to be cutting, we're going to go there. So I will see you in the Torvis Grove in just a few minutos. And we're back, ladies and folks, and kicking us off as we cut back, we have a bunch of Dark Pirate Commandos. I actually learned a trick from one of the fellows in the comments that the Dark Beam, ironically, is actually really effective on these guys, because it freezes them, like, instantly. And goody, they gave me a Power Bomb. I needed one of those. So the best way I found to restock on Power Bombs, and you will run out pretty constantly, because, I don't know, for some reason they didn't feel like upping the RNG enough on them, is I found that the easiest way to get them back is to use bombs on containers like these, and then usually it will give you one. I mean, you can also just shoot them, and that seems to work too, but, well, using bombs seems to work more consistently. So here we have this big tree. If you scan the limbs, you will notice that due to radiation, there's densium in them, they're weak. So just drop a power. Densium is code for power bombs, so whenever you see that, drop one, then this tree will crash against the wall, and booyah, we have another missile expansion. Pretty neat, is it not? So we're gonna go grab that sucker real quick. Yeah, missile expansions will get even more and more important as we head off to face the boss of the Sanctuary Fortress. It was pretty tough. That's not the way I wanted to go. I need to go upstairs. Oh. No reason you guys should have to see this, so I will just... actually, it's pretty close by. I might as well leave it in. It'll only be like 30 seconds tops. We just gotta scroll around here. I might as well see if they'll give me another power bomb, because if there's one thing I don't like about the power bombs, it's the RNG. Because like sometimes, they don't really give you enough of them. Like in like Super Metroid, you got like 5 or 10 to start off with, and then the expansions would give you 5 a pop. But in this game, you start off with only 2, and the expansions only give you 1 a pop. So it's like you got to spend a lot of time farming for them. The Metroid Zero Mission had the exact same problem, and I hated it there just as much. So, alright, this is where we need to go right here. We're going to be going to the light version of the area where we fought the Boost Guardian, was his name. So, it's a little dark in my TV because the light in my window is not coming through as well as I'd prefer. But, you know, it's just your standard little morph ball puzzle. Just turn the things and hop around. You know, there's no giant evil electric pill bug chasing you this time, so it shouldn't give you that much difficulty. So, but going back to the PSP, like, it's a pretty cool little piece of hardware for its time, I gotta say. Like, I didn't own one at the time because back until like probably about 2011 or 2012, I was a pretty big Nintendo fanboy. I wouldn't play anything that wasn't on a Nintendo system. So, but after a while, I started playing around with their Xbox a little more, and then like I was just like, wouldn't it be cool to have a PS2? I hear it's a really cool system, so I got one in 2011, and then I played Ratchet and Clank, and the rest is history. But you know, like at the time when the PlayStation Portable came out, I really wasn't interested in it because I don't know, it didn't really seem to. I just didn't care because it was a Sony thing, and I wanted to play with the Nintendo system. Did I get it? Oh, great. Goody goody gumdrops. I am out of Dark Beam ammo. Alright, let's try doing this with the right beam. Of course, it has to stand in the exact worst possible place. So in this room, there's going to be a giant annoying morph ball puzzle that we gotta do. Hopefully he'll give me some Dark Beam ammo. I have been having the shittest time keeping track of my beam ammo in this playthrough, if you haven't noticed by this point. So, starting this room sort of reminds me of the furnace room from Metroid Prime 1, like in that you gotta go off the half pipe and then you're going around in little platforms like this. This Spore right here gave me a shitty fucking time in my previous recording. Kill him with a power bomb immediately. If he's not grabbing you and pulling you off the track, he's spitting little acid pellets at you and making you fall off. So you want to get rid of him as soon as possible. I had the fuckest time yesterday. Do yourself a favor and kill him immediately. Because, like, imagine trying to go up that little shaft thing there while he's spitting at you. And if the spit hits you, you're going down at the bottom and you're doing it again. Which is real fun design, don't you know? Now, this part right here, I've had some issues with the camera in the past. I found it in both versions of the game. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what causes it, but if it does happen, then... like, as you can see, the camera's panning around this little shaft as I'm going or climbing around it. I've had times where the camera will just stay put, and then you've just got to sort of guess when you've got to jump from little panel to little panel. And it's not fun, and it's not good game design, so I was none too enthused when that occurred during my playthrough. So yeah, so as you can see, this little platform right here, you can go into morph ball mode and then you can't go back. So it's just like, I'm not sure what happens there, but that's weird. So that's all that's in this room. I'm going to cut to when we get to the next thing I want to get in the Torvus Bog, and I will see you guys then. And we're back, ladies and folks. So kicking us off right here, you will see that this thing is made of densium. I guess I scanned it earlier. Blow it up with the power bomb and then just roll on in. And booyah, we got a power bomb expansion. And good thing too, because like I said, you will run out of these things faster than, what's a good analogy here? I'm dry, I have nothing. Did those pirates just shoot each other? Alright, I'm gonna try using super missiles this time. Should only take like 2 of them. Yep, got him. More than 2, alright. Because, like, don't you know... well, actually, because, like, the game has been not wanting to give me more armor or ammo. I might stop at my ship at some point. What the fuck is going on? Alright, I'm gonna dark beam their asses, because this is ridiculous. Alright, where's the other one? There he is. Alright, now we can move on. That's all we can get here for now. I'm gonna cut to when we get back to the Great Temple Grounds, and then I will see you guys then. Alright, and we're back, gentles and folks. We're gonna head straight on through here. You might recognize this room. It's the room right next to the elevator of the Torvus Bog. Now, we saw this door earlier, and we could actually have gotten an energy tank in that room before, but I don't know, I guess I spaced on it because I was in the middle of commentating and twat not. So what we're gonna be going through there right now. You could go through here and get the energy tank as soon as you had the grapple beam. I mean, like, obviously we have that now, but the door right next to it is a power bomb door, and in order to open that, obviously you need the power bombs, and there's something really good in there, so I don't know, I guess it worked out just as well in terms of efficiency for us to just get it now. Alright, so coming up in this room is something of an annoying puzzle that can take forever. And, I don't know, like, I showed off the whole thing in my take from yesterday, and I really don't think I want to do that this time, so after I kill these pirates, if I can, yeah, there you go. I really wish that the rate of fire for the dark beam was just a little faster. That's my only quibble with the whole thing, but whatever. It's super missile. And yeah, they gave me some dark beam. Thank goodness. So over here, I'll sort of explain how the puzzle works, and then after I do, we'll fast forward. Because, like, it's... I don't know, I really think that they maybe could have thought this puzzle out a little better if I can nitpick this particular design. But basically what you gotta do is there's a set of 4 spinners around this central tower. When it glows a certain color, you want to get them all to match in color. And then, like, once that happens, you'll be able to shoot the nipples that on the thing with your seeker missile to activate a certain event that'll lift up these things and allow you to access the top layer in the light world. And then on top of the thing in the light world is, of course, the charge combo I spoke of at the beginning of this part. So we're going to be doing that real quick. So I'll show you how to do the first one, and then we'll fast forward for the second one for efficiency's sake, because it's basically the same thing I'm doing right now, except I'm turning them all 180 degrees to be blue instead, so that I can shoot them that way and release the second set of locks. So yeah, you spin them all like this, then you lock on with your cursor like so, and once that happens, it'll lift up the things on the other side. So now we are going to fast forward. And we're back, so we're just going to target all these fuckers like so, and then booyah, we lift the second set of swatches, and then the thing in the center should fall to its death. And now that we've done that, we can actually access that, and it actually, strangely enough, creates grapple points in the light world, which is kind of neat. So we're going to grab this power up and then we'll call it apart, because I think it'll be a little longer than usual, I guess, by maybe a couple minutes, but I don't know. I still got more done in this take than I did last time, so, because in the other part, like, I was trying to figure out where I might want to go. Because, like, when you're playing this by yourself, you could just sort of figure it out, but when you're doing it live and you have to, like, sort of think at the same time and commentate, it can get awkward. So here we have the charge combo for the light beam. It's okay. I mean, it's used. I haven't really experimented with it as much as the dark burst, because the dark burst shoots out really quickly. The last charge combo we'll be getting in this game is actually really powerful, and I love it. The sunburst is just alright, and we'll test it out on these guys here. I recommend shooting it at point blank range, because otherwise it's really slow. Yeah, so yeah, the problem with it is that it is slow and that its rate of fire is dog shit. Because like if you're trying to shoot at a pirate commando and it dodges out of the way at the last second, then well, you just wasted a bunch of missiles. So get them up at point blank, which would be easier if they wouldn't stop fucking moving. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess they are effective if you do that, but I don't know. The fact that you have to be like right up on top of them does kind of hamper its usability, don't you know? And at any rate, ladies and gentlemen, this has been part 23 of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I will see you in the next part, and we are going to be continuing to grab some shit here in the Great Temple Grounds. Until then, I'm ExoParadigmGamer, and I will see you guys in the next part.